How are we, my friends? It's a brand new week here on Anfield Agenda, and you are very welcome along to Monday evening's news roundup. Today, we're going to be talking about something I wasn't expecting to be saying, which is that Liverpool are after both Osimhen and Isak, at least according to a couple of reports today. We're going to talk about Kwanza as he's passed his medical ahead of that move to Leverkusen, a bit on MARC and why he looks like he could become a Liverpool player. We're going to tell you about a Liverpool youngster that signed a new contract, and lots more over the course of the next few minutes, including Diaz Barcelona interest still there? Well, we'll try and keep you informed. Once you've watched the video, do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like if you enjoy it, and of course, we'd love you to hit that subscribe button. We will be back tonight, as always, 8:45, where we'll go through all these stories in more detail. But for now, let's get stuck into the news. So we're going to start off with the Daily Mirror, and they've said Liverpool's decision to go after MARC is partly motivated by a fear that Ibrahim Konate will leave Anfield when his contract expires. Now, again, we keep coming back to this story, but if he wants to leave, I personally would rather he leaves before his contract expires so we get some money. But I do agree with that take from the Mirror. If we hadn't thought that we may be losing Konate, I feel we'd be sitting here probably talking about Liverpool looking at somebody like Jarell Haddo from Ajax, as Liverpool would ideally like to bring in somebody in and around the age of Kwanza to build for the future. But with the situation, obviously, with Ibrahim Konate up in the air, it makes sense that the Reds are looking at somebody experienced and Premier League proven like MARC in case we do lose Konate. And again, that's seemingly where this has looked like it's going to end up. There's not been too much by way of positive conversations around the Konate deal, but you never know until a decision's made. Let's keep hoping it can be resolved. Now, probably the reason you're clicking on this video is to see if I've lost my mind. And again, there's obviously probably a 50-50 chance of that as we sit down and do these videos. But Isak and Osimhen. Yes, I know, it sounds ludicrous, but it's exactly what Di Marzio has said. Speaking, this is what he came to the conclusion of. I think Liverpool want Alexander Isak and Victor Osimhen too. For Isak, it depends on Newcastle because the player talked to the coach and the club at the end of the season and he would like to leave, but Newcastle are not open to that at the moment. You can see that narrative there around Newcastle. It's never been a firm no. Some reports say firm no's, others say there's a price, others say they're not sure. But Isak and Osimhen, well, let's see what comes of that one. Let me know what you think Di Marzio means by Isak and Osimhen. Do you think he means they're the two we're looking at and it's one or the other? Surely it couldn't be both, could it? Let's talk about Fabrizio Romano. And by the way, you can find most of these stories on the Anfield Agenda X account. Just search at Anfield Agenda on there. You'll know us. We've got that lovely gold verified badge. Right, Fabrizio Romano has said MARC remains high on Liverpool's list as a new centre-back. Not the only option, but contacts continue. New round of talks will take place this week. And as we've said, the new PSR cycle starts tomorrow, so clubs will start to ramp up their business now that they have a little bit more headroom to attack the transfer window. This from Fabrizio Romano as well, breaking. Jarell Kwanza completes his move to Bayer Leverkusen as medical has been done today. Now, we haven't got the formal announcement yet from either club that Jarell Kwanza has officially signed, but we do believe he was over there for his medical today, and it does seem like just a formality. Now, let's talk about Luis Diaz, because Barcelona really are playing silly beggars here with both Nico Williams and Luis Diaz. You've probably seen the reception the Bilbao fans have given the mural of Nico Williams 3 times defacing it over the course of the week, but Barcelona, well, they're still leaving both gents dangling. This report from Gerard Romero said, there are people within Barcelona that believe the Luis Diaz deal will be more successful than the Nico Williams deal. The irony is, though, that Diaz will cost more than Nico Williams because he has his release clause and Liverpool won't sell Diaz for less than €85 million because they believe they could get that money from Al Nassr. Right, Graham Bailey now, back to Isak. He said, Isak's contract negotiations with Newcastle are coming to a conclusion very soon. Here's the really important part though. Liverpool seem to think there is a chink of light there to go and sign Isak. Let me know what you think on that one. It's just not going away though, is it? Whatever you think, I think, it isn't going away. These Isak stories every day keep coming up and they're still there. Right, let's talk Tyler Morton for a moment. Tyler Morton is now being linked with a move away from Liverpool. No surprises there. We knew he was going to be up for sale this summer. The Times have reported that Braga in Portugal are showing an interest in signing him. We also know Ajax are there or thereabouts. Obviously, Johnny Heiding has gone over there to become their new head coach. Club Bruges, West Ham, all keeping an eye on him. So we think you'll see a deal somewhere between 12 and 18 million, maybe 15 to 20 million when he does move on. But I've no idea where he ends up as of yet. Again, Isak here, more on him. This time, again, Dr. Ian Graham said that Jurgen Klopp turned down the opportunity to sign Isak and instead went for Darwin Nunez. So this piece here said, Liverpool's former Director of Research, Dr. Ian Graham, has claimed that Jurgen Klopp chose to sign Darwin Nunez over Alexander Isak 3 years ago. This is in the Echo, by the way, if you want to have a read of it. Nunez is wanted by Serie A champions Napoli. The Reds are open to offers for the 25-year-old who scored 5 league goals last season. In an interview with the Financial Times, Dr. Graham explained how the club's research department were talking up the talents of Isak, then of Real Sociedad, who moved to Newcastle that same summer for £63 million. Isak had been a huge success at Newcastle, was linked with a move to the Reds this summer. So that's why I've always said to you, I don't think that we would have made this signing if Edwards and that were still at the club. It very much felt like a Jurgen Klopp, George Smadka vibes kind of signing, and again, hasn't worked out too well, but you know, there's plenty Jurgen did get right, so we're certainly not going to be going in on Jurgen about that one, but if only. Right, 130 million. That's the maximum to get the deal done, Graham Bailey believes. So he thinks Liverpool can get Isak for a maximum of 130 million. Also, he said a deal with Newcastle could be achieved between 120 and 130. Now, let's talk about the youngster who has signed a Liverpool contract to stay and extend his time at the club. The club have got this one wrong, by the way. They've said Trey NYONI has signed a new long-term contract with the club. It's Trey Morris NYONI for his full name, which is a really cool name. But either way, young NYONI has signed a new long-term contract with the club. Probably expect him to go out on a loan this summer, if I'm being really honest. And again, one for the future without any doubt in my mind. Rio as well. We're going to see young Rio in pre-season. He's going to get the opportunity to show the manager what he can do. So looking forward to that one as well. We still await news of what's happening with Federico Chiesa, by the way, as that's seemingly gone a little bit quiet. We spoke about Gasperini and Roma being the latest club to declare an interest in him. So the transfer window, as mad as this sounds, is really going to start to go over the next week or two. Yes, we've had a brilliant start to the window, bringing in Frimpong, Wirtz, and the young goalkeeper that we brought in as well. Obviously, Milos Kerkez at left back and Georgi Mamardashvili, who I'm sure will have his media day. We believe that the club will be back pre-season training in about a week's time as well, so then we can start looking forward to seeing the boys out there on the pitch, and of course the pre-season friendlies against Preston, Yokohama Marinos, AC Milan, and then that double header at Anfield against Athletic Club Bilbao. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we've got for you for now, but it was a busy video and we hope to see you back here tonight at 8:45 for the late night agenda, where of course we'll go through the mad story that Liverpool want Isak and Osimhen. I'm going to say that again. Liverpool want Isak and Osimhen. Let's see what happens with that one. We'll see you tonight. Much love. Bye-bye.